What has been the reaction of my family and friends uh, this late in life, finally getting my novels published, one a year so far, or the biography of Russell, which I worked on for, researched 30 years, wrote for 5 years, and looked for a publisher for 5 years. I have not a clue what my family and friends think. I have not a clue if any of them have read anything. I even gave copies of the first couple of books as Christmas presents to, close family members. I haven't a clue. I don't. The only way you can know if somebody's bought and read your book or read your book is if they talk to you about it. If they say, "Hey, I read the novel, that was awful," or "I read the novel, I now know the secret of the learning the ways of coyotes," or, um, well, very rare exceptions. And I'm counting on one hand. A few friends and one family, one cousin, read my both of my novels at least, and had liked them well enough to buy the next one, and yeah, and that's important because you support your local writer, you support your family writer. If you like the book, you buy some copies for Christmas. That's what I do. My God, I've got a wall of books back there, signed and inscribed by friends. If a friend of mine publishes a book, I'm first in line. First of all, because I want to support them, and secondly, because if they published a book, I want to see what they have to say. Some of my friends have written novels. Some of them have written essays or essays in an anthology, or they have, of course, poets. I have a whole wall of just poetry by friends and by people I know, and of course, many people that I don't know. Um, and some of my friends write theology. Some of them, they write all sorts of things. I even have a book over here by Daryl Blaine, which is used by people who are learning how to program chips and things in computers. He's a whiz at that. Now, I don't understand anything past the title. Doesn't matter. Daryl wrote the book. I wanted a copy of it. I like it, and I snoop in it every once in a while. I think, my goodness, I'm surprised that he can communicate with me. I'm like a Neanderthal intellectually when it comes to him, and yet here's a guy who traveled all the way from his home, bringing mead that he'd made himself, just to thank me for having encouraged and mentored him through early stages of his writing career. It was a privilege, let me tell you. Anyway, back to your question. No, we mail out 1,600 Christmas letters to people, family and friends. Boy, if they don't get one, I hear about it. What happened? Didn't get mine this year. It's very costly. In color, 3 pages, postage alone for 1,600, and we can no longer assemble it and stuff it and put it in envelopes and seal them and put labels on them. Well, we can't get all that done ourselves anymore. That's all hired done. I have some high school kid over here, sometimes 2 at a time, folding and stuffing and stapling, and so it cost me a small fortune to do that, couple $1,000. Now you'd think, people who've received that for 10, 15 years find out that late in life I've published a novel or two, they'd go out and buy them just to be courteous, or at least lie about it. Say, I read the novel, I loved it to pieces. What are the chances I'm going to say, oh, what chapter did you love the most? Or which one of the secrets of Grandmother Redwing did you find the most revealing? Or when it comes to Pinhead, what did you think when he found Dondi in the wilderness? I'm not going to quiz them to see how well they read it. But God damn it, it would be nice if occasionally somebody said, hey, my goddaughter sent me a photograph of herself holding my first novel. Now, what she thought of it, I have no idea. Or if she read it, I have no idea. She could have read the first page and decided, oh, this is awful or not my thing. I don't know. I'd like to know one way or the other what people think. Hell, I've been in, I worked in creative writing programs for 1 billion years. Not all criticism makes you feel good. Yeah, it's just, goes with the territory. Anyway, I hear from strangers all the time. And what's the old saying, I've always depended upon the kindness of strangers.